You're a supervillain slash superhero whose partner just died. When the funeral was supposed to be attended, nobody came, except for one person, your arch nemesis, who came there to comfort you through these tough times. The last thing I had envisioned was an empty room. I had always known Ron to be a friend to everyone. It made it difficult to go out sometimes, as no matter what we would bump into someone he knew. He was kind, generous, the best person I had ever met. Even my hero persona was nowhere near as good as he. But despite putting out the notice, no one came to see him off. The chapel was small, yet being devoid of people it felt enormous. I stared at the picture I had chosen, my favorite one of him. He was grinning after telling one of his terrible jokes, eyes crinkled with laughter. In the silence, I heard the chapel door open. Turning my head, I watched someone vaguely familiar come in. She wore a black dress, long and modest. Her carefully made-up face was smooth, not an emotion crossing it. Yet when our eyes met, it showed a crack. One of sorrow. She slowly walked up to me, glancing around. "I am sorry for your loss, old friend." The voice triggered my memory. In an instant I recognized her, despite her utterly different appearance. I was used to her in bright red, cackling whenever she didn't speak. "Hex Witch. What are you doing here?" Hex gave a small smile. "Supporting you. We might be at odds, but I am not going to stoop so long as to disrespect the dead. And you held him in high regard, so I can only hold him in equal respect as I do you. We may never have met, but I can tell the world is poorer for his departure." I had never heard her speak that way about anyone. There was no mockery, no snide comments. Just genuine regret. Her odd kindness broke the dam in my mind, tears breaking free. Moments later I felt her arms around me. On instinct I returned it, holding my nemesis. Her presence was a comfort, far more so in the otherwise empty room. Time was meaningless in that moment, as I finally found myself able to process some of my emotions. All the while she held me, murmuring at me. She rubbed my back, just letting me sob. She was a rock in the sea of my sorrow, anchoring me as it raged on. Eventually my tears started to dry. I stayed in Hex's embrace for a time, drawing comfort from her. But I had to finally step back, sniffing. Thank you." Her hand flexed, summoning a small box of tissues. I took one without question, wiping away tear tracks and blowing my nose. It vanished moments after, black and red lines breaking it apart. It could have been threatening, but I knew she wasn't this time. Her other hand rose to the side of my face, brushing down my messed up beard. "There, it's okay. It will be hard, I know, but you'll get through it. You will have more support than I did for sure." A small part of me wanted to ask what she meant. But that part was swiftly silenced, seeing her eyes. They held her own emotions, far darker than mine. I had not desired to fight, not today. And I didn't want to sully his memory. But then she shook her head. "Apologies, this isn't about me. You need time I will make sure you get. I'll take a break for a bit, unless you think a punch-up will do you good." I couldn't stop a small snort of amusement, one that quickly fell back to my despair. "No. I don't think so." Hex shrugged. "No problem. But I'm here for you today, and I'll leave you a way to get in contact if you need me." The room darkened slightly, as she leaned in. "Oh, and if that